So let's get started in step 18.1, which is all about managing worksheets. The first thing we need to do is open up your step 18.1 in your lesson 18 data files. And we will save this step as payroll 1. Okay, so in order to manage your worksheet data, you first need to understand the structure of the data in your worksheet. Look in cell A1 and it says employees. In row 1, you see years, 95, 96, 97, 98, and so on and so forth. And then in column A, you have numbers starting with 1011, 1012, and it goes on and on. This information in column A represents employees within a company, and each employee is assigned a number as opposed to their name. And then in row 1, you have the years that the employees were employed within that company. And then if you look in the cells that has the dollar amounts, so for example, D5 represents employee 1013 in 1997 earned $79,027. In 1998, that employee earned $82,377. So let's go ahead and get started by understanding why it's important to manage your worksheet data. The first thing we will do is press F5, the function key above your numbers, and you should have a go-to dialog box. In your go-to dialog box, press K50 and press OK. Notice that in K50, we know that employee 1058 earned $82,822. However, we have no idea what year it was when that employee earned that amount of money because we can no longer see the years. Select the range K50 through N58. So drag your mouse over to column N and go down to row 58. And click in the zoom button on your view tab. And select 50%. Now, if you scroll up, you're still not able to capture the year and the employees for the selection. Not only that, but your data is pretty small. So we need to find a way to see our data based on the year and the employees to match it up with the amount of money they earned for that year. Now, let's go back to 100% normal zoom and press Control Home, click out and press Control Home on your keyboard to go back to cell A1. Now, you want to see data for columns 2009 through 2014. However, when we scroll over to 2009 and 2014's data, we can no longer see what employees the data belongs to. So in order to maintain your data for the columns that we are interested in seeing and also see the employee information, we need to hide the sections that we don't need. So let's select columns B through O. Click on your Home tab if you're not already there, And in your cells group, drop down on your Format button. Go down to Visibility and select Hide Columns. Now notice we have columns selected, so make sure you hide columns and not rows. Now, notice that when we hit our columns now go from A to P because we hid columns B through O. And now we're able to see our data from 2009 to 2014. So if you scroll down, you're able to see that data. The next thing we want to do is hide rows 2 through 50 because notice we don't have any data here. So select rows 2 and scroll down to 50. You should be on your Home tab still. Go back to Format, Visibility, and this time we will hide rows. Now, notice that we are able to see our data from 2009 to 2014 and the data that we do have starting on row 51. When we scroll down, we're able to see that data as well. Alright, so hiding allows you to get rid of information that you are not using currently in your data. When you want to unhide the data, then select the columns that you've hid, A and P, go back to Format, Visibility, and unhide columns. And notice we now have our columns back. Select row 1 and 51, go back to Format, Visibility, and unhide rows. And we now have our rows that we had hidden. So hiding rows and columns just allows you to navigate in data when you have a spreadsheet where your data is kind of all over the place. It just kind of allows you to get rid of the information that you don't need at that particular time to work in the data that you do need. So you've just learned how to hide data by selecting. It's very important to select the areas that you want to hide and then click on Formatting your cells group, Hide under Visibility, and this is where you hide and unhide the information that you no longer need. Go ahead and save your changes, and I will see you in step 2.